and TR may have been the first official adrenaline junkie. He was at his best when life was fast, risky, and challenging. As president, he successfully arm wrestled with big business, was one of the founders of what we now call the Green Movement, and brought youth, vitality, and sheer testosterone to the White House. In 1901, 45-year-old Booker T. Washington was the country's most famous and respected African American. He had founded Alabama's Tuskegee Institute, an industrial school for blacks, wrote the best-selling autobiography Up From Slavery, dazzled audiences with his powerful speaking skills, and sipped tea with Queen Victoria at Windsor Palace. At the height of his illustrious career, Booker T., as I will usually refer to him, was dubbed the Negro Moses, the man best equipped to lead his newly emancipated race into the 20th century. As I immersed myself in the wealth of historical material about TR and Booker T., including books, essays, and newspaper articles about them, as well as all the letters and memoirs that they had written, I was struck by the many similarities between their seemingly disparate lives. Like mirror images, they both pursued lofty goals in childhood, found love and suffered loss as young men, embraced public service throughout their careers, and emerged as leaders. Even the homes they built, TR's Sagamore Hill and Booker T's The Oaks, were oddly similar. In a more enlightened time, they might have traded places, with TR heading a school and Booker T entering the White House. They were great men, but they weren't perfect, and it is those imperfections that I found most interesting about them. TR could be so reckless that fans and foes alike bemoaned his inability to control himself. Whether he was jumping headfirst into battle, as he did during the Spanish-American War, or making the occasional ill-considered remark about race, sometimes he just didn't think, and his rash behavior undermined his good intentions. Booker T., on the other hand, was accused of being overly cautious. He preached patience and moderation instead of activism, and according to his detractors, he failed to hold the South accountable for its attitudes and actions. In their disapproving eyes, he was an Uncle Tom. I didn't see him that way. Booker T. may have tried too hard to please, and some of his ideas about uplift were a little simple. For example, be clean, industrious, and perform a job well, and the South will make a place for you. Nonetheless, he was the architect of a practical plan for blacks to become educated, enlightened, and self-sufficient. In his own way, he was the bridge between slavery and the civil rights movement. Even now, students at Tuskegee are inspired by him. I like to call him Booker T., a tour guide at the Oaks told me, explaining that he felt as if he knew him personally. Every book has its surprises, and my biggest revelation in writing this one was the story's remarkable supporting cast of African American achievers. Many of them, like Booker T., had been born into slavery and faced seemingly insurmountable obstacles, yet they succeeded. I came across a fascinating roster of black politicians, poets, musicians, lawyers, professors, artists, writers, and experts on etiquette, as well as a famous socialite and a legendary football coach who modeled his gridiron plays on Napoleonic military maneuvers. Although many of these men and women have been forgotten by the general public, their histories remain fresh and enthralling sagas of accomplishment at a time when opportunity, advancement, and equality were seemingly within the grasp of Black Americans for the first time. Contrary to my initial impression, there was nothing at all musty about the year 1901, which provided a vibrant, many-layered backdrop.